Not yet.
Now I hear you.
All
There you
right,
go.
we're good. All right.
Okay.
Welcome, everyone, to the regular meeting of the Eureka Springs Parks and Recreation Commission, March 19th, 2024. Can we have a roll call?
Carissa Litherland.
Jonathan Tigan.
Mark Ingram.
Ruth Goodwin Hager.
Sam Dudley.
Rod Gray on video.
And Beth Gilner is out with notice. So we do have a quorum. 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. Okay, and then we have the approval of the agenda. Before we do that, I had asked Sam to put something on there that he didn't, but
Oh, no.
and we can do it for next time. But Sam's 1-year anniversary is just finished, the second week of March, which I think that I could write a list of a mile long of the accomplishments in the last year. So, and as y'all know, he did not put anything in the budget for his own pay increase. So I'd like to get that on the agenda. It doesn't have to be this agenda, but the next agenda,
Yes.
if that's agreeable
Agreed.
to everybody.
Yeah.
That way Beth will be here too, but I'd like to make sure we do that and get that. I want us to keep up and not
Agreed.
do like 5 years from now, oh, we need to add $40,000,
Yeah,
to this
back
position.
raise,
Let's keep up
pay.
the way it should be. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. Other than that, I'm okay. Anybody want to approve the agenda?
I move that we approve the agenda for March 19th, 2024.
I second.
Motion made by Ruth, seconded by Carissa. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's 4 ayes.
Had a thought.
Okay. Next item is public comments. Just introduce who you are, Mike.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
My name's Mike Welch. My wife Vicky and I moved here permanently about 18 months ago. I just want to say thank you for what you guys do. I walk my dog constantly through the area every day that I can. And every time I turn a corner and see a park, one of the springs that you guys are working on today and then when my family comes up here for holidays and sees the great work you do with the Christmas decorations, and I'm just thankful for what you do, for the city council to give you a budget that you can work with. And I haven't had a chance to come down and say this because I've been having too much fun here for the past 18 months. But we're kind of over the honeymoon just a little bit. So I really want to give acknowledgement because I've never lived in a small town before, especially one where the people care so much about the town and the tourism. So I just came to say thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Mike.
you.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
And thank you, Sam and team.
There's
Yeah.
an open commission seat, Mike, so
Yeah, I know.
Or maybe we give him a brownie.
no better way. Yeah, you want to we did not pay Mike to come tonight.
And
we promise.
Mike and Vicky do a lot of hiking. They do.
Yes, they do.
So if y'all haven't done Leatherwood lately, you should go out and do Leatherwood. It's pretty amazing. All right, so chairperson's comments, I sort of started with the comments, so I don't really have anything else. So let's go right into Sam's director's report.
Yeah, so I always put this in Dropbox so you guys can read it over, and then I kind of paraphrase it. I don't want to read it verbatim, but our new part-time gardener, Sharon Roberts, is adding a lot of, energy and good vibes to the gardens in
is.
town. They look great. She has just lots of good ideas. Obviously, she used to work 4 parks in that position, so we haven't had to do much training. She, got the ball rolling instantly. Basin Park continues to be like the main focus of our efforts. We actually went and got the rest of the wooden benches today and disassembled them. No, they're not done.
I was like, wow. That's
So it looks a little sparse in the park right now because all the benches are gone. I mean, there's still the metal ones and the concrete ones, but it's just, we apologize for the lack of seating, but it's, give us a couple weeks, they'll be done. And basically what we do is we take them, we get all the old wood off. It's just 2x4s, it's nothing special. Then we give the hardware to a person who rebends the metal. And then we have to take them to a powder coating place over in Tawnytown to get that finish. And then bring them back, and then the guy who's doing the wood puts the wood. So it's a lot of players involved, so I was just like, let's just get them all done.
right. I agree.
Too much coordination. So, yeah, it's exciting. We'll have them done hopefully by April or mid-April. The fire bell got restored. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it got repainted. It looks much nicer,
good.
cleaner. Yeah. The Daughters of the American Revolution chapter out of Holiday Island, I believe, paid for a professional painter to come and do it. So it looks nice. And we're going to get a plaque underneath it. I'm going to adhere it to a stone. Actually, we already have the plaque, so it's going to look really good. We repainted the gazebo, the parks team did, so it looks really nice. Got all the graffiti off and resanded the benches. Rod, I guess you can hear me okay, by the way? Okay, cool. Yeah, everything's looking really good at Basin. It's nice. Yeah, we're plugging away, so
It
hopefully
does
by
look good.
summertime will be almost a whole new park, other than the fountain. We won't talk about that.
No.
That's the next big bone to chew off here. And let's see here. Harmon Park, the building next to the headquarters is coming along nicely. We painted the front of it. I don't know if you all have driven by there and seen that, but
I did
If
today.
you haven't gone by and seen that, go
And
by,
this
drive
is
by.
where at Harmon?
The annex building
Oh,
next
no,
to
I haven't
Harmon.
seen
You know,
it.
you remember all the
Yes.
rotted wood and everything? Go by and
Yes.
see it now.
Cool.
You'll be like really impressed.
Awesome.
Amazing job.
and we do have we have enough paint, and the plan was to have the whole thing painted, but the contractor doing it just, he's got other jobs and stuff, but hopefully they'll be done pretty soon. We started putting down the new flooring on the inside of that too, by the way. Got about half of it done already. Still, it's a lot, the biggest issue is just having to move all the stuff around, which, by the way, I mean, Mark and I have talked about getting in there and going through all the paperwork. It's just lots of paperwork.
Yeah, we've got to figure that out soon.
Yeah.
Lots of like old waivers from boat rentals and stuff, and it's like,
Yeah, we're
Again,
gonna- we're
yeah,
gonna-
we need to digitalize it and get it out of there.
Yeah, most of some of the things that Sam was showing me, this is without even getting into the file cabinets. This is just boxes of old boat rentals. Like, we don't even need to digitize it. We're just going to get rid of that. But I've committed to spending some time down there now that spring break is over, the kid's gone. And so I'll go down there and start going through some of it. It's pretty dusty, pretty yucky. And, take a little bit at a time or something.
Also, just want to give a public shout out to the Arts Council. They're actually paying a local artist to finish the bathroom building. You know how we took that wood off and it's been kind of an eyesore. So they're actually going to pay someone to finish that top part where that wood was, if y'all know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
By the bathroom. So it's going to look really good. At Leatherwood, Stacy Stonework is repairing portions of the underside of the dam walkway. Couldn't really tell when we did the handrails until they really got into the nitty-gritty of it, but underneath the big concrete piers, there was a lot of deterioration going on.
We saw the makeshift scaffolding over they got
Yeah, that was not OSHA.
Good for them.
Not OSHA approved, but they got it done. Actually, they didn't get all of it done, but they're in the process, and it's one of those things they can come back and pick away at, as the year goes. Yeah, so.
I didn't
That's,
disturb the hornet's nest down there either, so that's good.
Oof, yikes. What else is going on? Laundry service. Yeah, I thought of
That was great.
Carissa when I.
Oh,
So we found a local
Contracting.
laundry service here that comes, and they're going to come Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and pick up our dirty laundry and drop off clean, folded laundry. And it's a very reasonable rate that they're
Good.
charging. So what happened was one of our washers broke, and I was just like, why are we dealing with this? It's too much maintenance.
Omen,
Like,
time to try.
yeah.
So do you still need the storage space, though?
For now, but like, it's on the meeting, or on the agenda here tonight to like build a place where we can get all the stuff out of the bathhouse and really renovate it, so. But yeah, until we build that building, we still can't do much because all the stuff's in there, so. And then we're switching, I know this it's not a huge deal, but we're switching to a different reservation software. Yeah, so Fair Harbor, I don't know if you'll have heard of them, but the way they can tie it into the website's much cleaner, so.
Did
And they
you-
can do more like price dynamic kind of, or dynamic pricing.
Did you look at Airbnb as an option?
We did, but they were, they're just so hands-on, and they got someone there to help you every step of the way if you have any questions, or, just a whole support team at Fair Harbor, so it's like,
Oh, right.
yeah, it just felt good to, and there's no contract, so if we go
Yeah, so
for a
once-
year and we're like,
Rod's going to lead that committee, by the way, and when he does, if they come back with Airbnb, then we're not stuck here.
Okay,
I mean,
that
yeah.
was going to be my next
Yeah,
question,
yeah, we're
what's
not-
the switching cost?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, and it's the same cost to guests as well. It's, they don't pay it's 6% if they book online and 0% if they don't. Like if they call in and we do the reservations, there's no booking fee attached to that, so, yeah.
So are you using the Fair Harbor just for the cabins, or are you keeping the other
For
one-
campsites and boat
campsites?
rentals and everything. And it's really cool because they can, their presentation was really professional, and, they can do it to where you sign up for a cabin and it automatically will say like, hey, do you want a bundle of wood?
Nice.
Or do you want a boat rental, or, other things to upsell? And it's all in one clean, yeah. I think it'll make everyone's
That's
life a lot
actually
better.
excellent.
Yeah,
Because
that's good.
upselling is, hard if it's all
Yeah.
disconnected.
I was like, how quaint will that be? You show up at your campsite and there's already some wood waiting for you, and it's just
Yeah.
like, welcome, But yeah, that's about it.
Are the water hydrants, I noticed from our meetings, I was looking, are the water hydrant things done at Dog Park?
Yeah, they were done.
That's complete?
They were done. Were they not done at the last meeting?
Well, I think you were talking about they're,
I think you
They
said
said
Oh,
they're
maybe
going
when
to be
we weren't
installed.
going to do it, but yeah, they've, like the week after the last
Fantastic.
meeting, they got put in, so.
good.
Yeah. We're just looking for one very kind citizen who wants to maybe make nice little dog bowls underneath them, and just wink, wink, wink. Anyone out there?
Okay. That's it? Sam?
Yep, yep.
Anybody have any questions for Sam on any of that?
I do. Do we send out news releases with, some of these are big, especially like with the basin, when we finish and we put the benches in.
Why, do you not follow us on our Facebook page, Carissa?
Do you guys have
Like
but
real-
do you have a news release format?
Like a regular
Like a
press release?
template?
No, I kind of post whenever something big drops, and
Let me do that. 'Cause
Okay.
Then you can just put in the content and a little bit,
Yeah.
and it can go out to like a set email addresses because some of these would be good, but
Yeah.
by the time we talk about it here, it's no longer news.
Hmm.
So it'd be nice to get recognition for the stuff that you guys are doing publicly beyond just this discussion. Yeah.
we get a lot of, I think the post on, not to be scrolling on Facebook during a meeting, but the post that just for example, when we posted the new stairs at Basin, which look great, by the way.
Well, that had a lot of engagement. If I
That's-
recall, that one was big.
Really
Yeah.
big.
And actually, you guys are doing a great job with the social media. It'd just be nice to tie that in with the sort of traditional
Yeah, like a more
sort of
standard,
stuff as well.
like, here's what we did this month or something at Parks, and
Or,
Well, even just
Every
some
day.
pictures and some.
every
sort of
day,
like-
hey,
'cause
come on.
Not everybody is regularly engaging with the parks on social media. It's a great avenue and great that you guys are doing that work, but it'd be nice to do the traditional stuff as well.
Yeah,
So
Like
let me,
okay.
I'll send you.
sorry,
Go ahead.
was Susan was doing that when she did 4th of July? I know she did a regular press release of some sort.
Yeah,
don't
Maybe there is a template we
That
can
might
start
be, I don't
with.
know, 'cause I know she did
Yeah.
something, but I don't know.
I think it's mostly Facebook, but we also have a blog on our webpage, but it doesn't get
I don't
nearly
know.
as
I
much
think she
traffic
did.
as the
I don't know.
Facebook.
I don't
Once
know.
you get a template, it's
Yeah.
really easy. It's
Okay.
like, you just fill in the content and send it out. And just do that
Yeah.
whenever there's anything newsworthy.
Okay,
And if you get 1 out of 5 hits, that's great.
Yeah, and I also want to try to get, because there are people who just follow the parks on Facebook and stuff, but there's a lot of people who follow Heart of Eureka, or, some of these different local sites that they they all kind of share each other's posts. So,
There's one in particular that you really like.
oh yeah, that one's not the one. But some of them, there's two or three. I think there's one that's the Upper Rim businesses, the ones up on 62, like your group. And then there is the Heart of Eureka, and then there is another one, I can't think of the name of it. But I think it's good, because what they'll typically do is, let's say, Ruth shares something about her business, then they'll share it too on their side, so they get all of their followers plus her. So the more we could get that spread out on different sites where people actually is good.
Yeah.
So I will look at that. So because I know a couple of people, I know part of the Heart of Eureka.
But we could easily join. I think we were part of it, but I just, I mean, our job isn't necessarily, I mean, I want to post and let people know what we're doing, but we're also like, we're not CAPC. We're just trying to,
Right.
but it'd be great if they could share
It would be
our
really.
posts, because
But
that
so
would be,
we'll focus on that. I'll
hundreds
do a
of
little
thousands
work
of
on
people.
that too, and see if we can't get our stuff out there. The parks postings are really good. I'm really happy to see those. I would also say that Basin Park on a daily basis improves. Every time I drive by there, the new railings, I
they
love.
look good.
I love those boxwoods being gone.
Me too.
The stamped concrete at the top, just and that staircase is amazing.
Yeah.
Why that didn't happen 10 years ago, I don't know, but grateful for all the people who've given us money to do that. And
yeah, it's been great.
It's been a real community sort of.
it really has, yes. So that's great. Anyway. All right.
The one other question, have we reached out to the high school? Because again, they've got that new thing where each student needs to volunteer
Yeah,
for
actually,
so many hours.
I mean, I haven't reached out to them, but they've actually reached out to me.
Good.
One of the teachers, East Lab teacher, was wondering about painting the skate park. And I was like, that's great, because I mean, these kids are good enough to come up with like CAD models and make a design plan before they paint it. And then they get to figure out like, okay, how do you part of the volunteerism is to also learn how to interact in the world for them, because, going to a hardware store when you're 16 years old is maybe a little intimidating, and
Yeah.
figuring out what paint to buy, what supplies you need, and,
Good.
budgeting the materials. So, but we're hoping it'll be, they're on spring break now, so I haven't figured out much other than that, but
Okay, good.
hopefully that
So-
comes about. And
Yeah, because I think we should start small and build on that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Get them even out, maybe, working with some of the gardeners.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's-
Trail work?
East already has to do that. East is required to have
Okay.
community outreach things that they do. But yeah, the other individual students have to do stuff too, as far as that. They have to do volunteer work, so we have to find a way to get to them too.
no, I'll get to them.
Get to 'em.
Give them some weed whackers and put them
Yeah,
on the
well-
trails.
Hey, that's volunteer.
It is.
I've done it.
Okay,
Cool.
That was it.
All right, committee reports. Finance Committee doesn't really have much to report, just staying up on the reconciliations.
No, those are, February's are done by the way.
So I've got another job to do there. Rod and I have not had a chance to actually sit down and talk about the new committee, but we will. And he'll get with whoever he needs to get with, and we'll figure out next steps on that. It's not forgotten, just it's been spring break and everybody's been a little crazy, but we'll get back to that. I will say that the other day when I was out at Leatherwood, it was kind of a magic day that day. It was beautiful. People were everywhere. There was campers in tents. There was people in the cabins. There was an Airstream. There was people walking about. There's people doing the loop. The lake was beautiful. It was just kind of a magical day at Leatherwood. I just feel like we just have so much to work with there. We really do.
We have assets.
It was just
Yeah.
pretty amazing. That was just my
And you were there, Mark?
And I was there.
Yeah.
That made it magic.
Well, Sam actually was there. It was pretty cool. Sam went out. And he was manning the visitor center part while Juanita was doing all the other stuff. And everybody was all.
It was one of those weeks where every day was busy, so Juanita Jess and Juanita have days off, obviously. They don't work every day, and Juanita was down there by herself, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to come down, and
Yeah.
I can answer telephone calls and stuff, so.
So people everywhere, it was pretty cool. Okay, so that's that. We have no old business, so let's start with the new business. Number one is the military discounts at Lake Leatherwood. So Sam's going to discuss that as well.
That's a
Yeah,
great
I
idea.
10%, pretty standard. And I mean, while we're going into Fair Harbor, we want to just get all this lined out before we get into the nitty gritty with them on pricing, because they can make it real easy where you just, whether it's boat rentals or, cabins or whatever, you just have a button, just military discount, 10% off. So, I mean,
I
don't really think that
absolutely
needs much
agree.
discussion.
Nobody's going to oppose that.
Yeah, don't think we're going to say no to our veterans.
right.
I think since that is a pricing issue, I think we might need a motion to do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's
It's
why
probably a good
I
idea.
would have done it with, but since it is pricing, I figured I'd get y'all's
I make a
vote.
motion that we offer military discounts at Lake Leatherwood at 10%.
A second.
Motion by Carissa, second by Ruth. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Rod's got an aye up there, so there's 4-0.
The thumb.
All right, and then the second item is staff discounts.
That's a great idea, too. Why aren't we doing that?
I thought we kind of
We were, but it was only 20% off, and it kind of occurred to us, I mean, there was a weekend where Juanita had her, mom and her daughter, and they were like, let's go stay out at Lake Leatherwood, it'd be nice, and she wanted to experience what it's like staying out there as a guest. So it's sort of like a research work, vacation for her, she was kind of taking notes as she was staying, and what works and what doesn't work, areas we can improve. So obviously she wasn't on the clock, but it was good research for her. So I told her, normally it's 20% off, but I'd reach out to you guys and see if we can do 50% off cabins. I think the breakdown is 50% off cabins, RV, and electric sites, so anything that uses resources. Free camping, because, I mean, you're just throwing a tent up. I'm not going to charge an employee to camp at Lake Leatherwood, that seems. I mean, obviously, if we're all booked up, then you don't want to do that, but.
Totally support it, but at 50% off, would we want to limit how often? Like,
Yeah, I
no,
mean,
just to make sure that, I don't think the current staff would, but you could get an individual that would be there 50%
Yeah,
off.
it's very
all
important.
the
If you're going to
time.
make any kind of policy or procedure, it can't be based on the people that are currently
No.
there. It has to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
based
yeah.
on future
Yeah.
people. So I absolutely agree with
Yeah.
that.
so like up to 5 nights a year or something like that?
Yeah,
I mean,
seems
that
reasonable.
seems very reasonable.
Actually, though, if you're going to go for a week, 5 probably wouldn't be enough. So maybe 7 at least, so that somebody could go for a week.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
including the weekend. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah. So, and do we want to limit it to 1 week? I mean, I just don't want somebody
Yeah.
to come in and next thing you know, they're in the,
I think that's a really good offering to employees.
we could just do the same, I mean, it's 14 days for, you can only stay in one site for 14 days, and you have to move, I mean, not that they would stay but the whole time, but, something similar to that, not 14 per
days
se,
seems
but like,
reasonable, because that's a,
I mean,
you know,
7's fine too, but,
Yeah.
just like,
14 days.
I would say
per
this is not a
year.
typical thing that we deal with. I mean, it's very
Yeah.
rare that
Yeah.
someone wants to pay to stay in the place where they work.
True.
Yeah,
True.
that's true.
But occasionally it happens, and we just want to have a system for it, so.
Yeah,
What if we split the difference, say 10? That's a nice clean number.
say 14,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think make it the same as the other, if that's what it is for regular guests.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the camping, I mean, like I said, it's not like they're using any resources really. I mean,
Again, just
Yeah.
with the limit that you can't just,
yeah, you're not just like
Live there.
pitching a tent, yeah.
Can't live there.
And really based on availability, obviously, if somebody wants to book it, that's.
Yeah. That's the thing too, I mean, we gotta, I mean,
But
it's
again, I
all
would
gonna be
say-
sort of discretion too. 'cause
Yes.
it's
We have a
like-
total of 8 employees, and most of them are not going to be there, but
Yeah.
maybe 2 or 3 of them over a course of a year or 2 maybe do this, so it's not like a pressing issue, but I know that we have to have that authority.
Yeah.
So
And I would, I'll make sure that it's not like on a Friday in spring break or something,
Right,
like,
yeah.
come on,
Yeah,
guys.
you're not getting Memorial Day or
Yeah.
Labor Day,
Yeah.
but,
Or Eclipse Day.
or Eclipse Day.
yeah.
Yeah. And then 25, we don't really mark up our, snacks and drinks that much anyway, so I didn't want to do too much off, because then we might stand to be like actually losing money on
You can't do, yeah.
Yeah, we
cans
can't
of
go
Coke or
below.
whatever, so
Yeah.
25% off for that. And then free boat rentals if they're available, and it's like not super busy out, you want to
Yeah.
I'm not
take your
Absolutely.
kids out and,
This is sort of, I don't know, just my opinion, but this is sort of one of those things, as far as I'm concerned, can be part of your management of your staff. I don't know that we need to even,
okay.
Yeah.
okay.
I think you can
Agreed.
just have it. I mean, you
Yeah,
know,
agreed.
we
Yeah.
have 8 employees, is
I
not,
think the cabins are the big thing, just because it is a high money
Yeah,
item.
I
Like,
agree.
it'd be nice to
Cabins
have a
matter, and-
system
yeah.
for that, but the rest of it's kind of,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't feel the need to do any more with it. I mean, use your judgment, and we know that it's good.
Starlink.
Starlink Leatherwood.
So
Yeah.
is there currently Wi-Fi?
There is, but it's really shoddy, and like up at Cabin 1, the family house, we don't get very good signal because it's so far
Okay.
away from the day use area. Also, like down in the campground area, it's not great. So, I mean, not that we really want people like
And-
scrolling on Instagram while they're camping, but it's nice to have it.
Photos
for-
on Instagram are a good
Are you
thing.
kidding?
Yeah, we do want them to
I
do
think
that.
we want people to have access. People expect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's what you, wherever you go, you expect to have that.
Yeah.
Do we have TVs and streaming, or do we have cable now? I mean, what?
No, we don't have TVs, and I think part of it was because of the lack of
Decent
Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi.
strength. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed in the future, maybe looking into, for the cabins at least, getting,
Absolutely. I
Is
think-
it unlimited data?
I think it's 1 terabyte per month or something to that
Which is
effect,
a
which is a
lot.
lot.
That's
Data.
what most home internets actually have a soft limit on. Sometimes you get your speed throttled after that. I don't know any homes that ever have really used a full terabyte in a month.
Terabyte's
gonna
huge.
say, I don't think-
Yeah.
But that's not the same as a business that has multiple cabins and multiple people.
I'd have to.
Yeah,
but I don't
mean,
think
there's
they
the
would be
option
used
for
as
2
much as-
terabytes a month too, but I mean, we might try 1 and then we can up it if we want to, but
I think that's, I think, would the contract allow us to increase within
Oh,
our,
yeah.
okay.
yeah.
Okay, so you can up it, we just would.
Oh, yeah, they'll always
to
take
come
more
down.
money.
Okay, so we can start at 1 and see how it's working.
Yeah.
Maybe have people walk around and check it in the various spots.
And, just so you guys know, the main reason why I would have just done this if it was, super easy and cheap, but it is kind of a
The upfront
process.
cost is-
Upfront cost, I don't think we'll spend this much, but I wanted to just be safe, and I want to put in the budget for $5,000 because we got to get Darren to come out there. We got to buy the professional commercial grade version of it, which is
Yes.
substantially more expensive, and then probably had
It's
to.
just a home one is probably what,
$600?
$600?
Yeah, I think it's like $600 or $700 to set it up for a home one, but
Will they cover all the spots we want? So we
Yeah, we
have,
can
like,
cover-
repeaters and receivers and all of that?
we will have that big telephone pole next to the visitor center. We'll put it up there. That should get us pretty much everything we need, like bait shop, visitor center, all the camping, all the
Okay.
day use
And
area.
they'll walk around and double check that the signal's strong where we need
Yeah.
it when they do it?
Yeah, and maybe even down at the yard, the yard where we work,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's really bad service down there, and it's really
didn't-
frustrating when you need to
Yeah.
call somebody and you
Okay.
can't get a hold of
So
them.
what, the budget impact to this, just to be clear on this, are we asking for additional 5,000 in budget, or do you have a place you want to?
I would put it under infrastructure, maintenance, and repair over 5,000. If it comes under that, that's great. It probably will, but, I want to add that to the Lake Weatherwood budget.
Okay, so it's not there now?
It's not there now.
Okay, all right.
No.
So therefore, we would need,
Do we have an idea of what the monthly cost would be versus what we're doing now? Because I understand there's infrastructure outlay, but then there's going to be an
I
ongoing.
don't think it's not going to be substantially more
Okay.
once it's up and running.
So it's really just the upfront costs?
Yeah.
And then the others almost?
And, the phones are constantly going out down there, Leatherwood, and the internet's, I went and worked in the visitor center. The internet is slow. And that's even in the visitor center where it's
Right.
like you're right next to all the stuff. So, I mean, it's very frustrating if you're trying to do anything online.
Yeah.
And we don't have any security cameras anywhere down there.
We do, yeah.
Well, you do at the
Bait shop.
bait shop.
We also
Not
have one
not
on
at your
the,
shop, do you?
we do have
Okay.
one that looks over like the playground area and kind of the bathhouse. So there's a, I think it's on that telephone pole.
Mhm. But not at the
Security
shop
cam.
area. I was just thinking,
The shop down at
Your-
the,
yeah,
yeah.
I was thinking increasing the internet would actually help you all to have a little more security for things like that, for the
Yeah.
equipment and things like that, too.
Definitely wouldn't
Be able
hurt.
to,
I would imagine Starlink could take care of that as far as getting the signal down there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's satellites, so I mean, they just send it wherever they want, I guess. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm like a caveman when it comes to
The anecdotal evidence
Me,
I have on
internet
Starlink is very good. Everybody I've spoken to that has it loves it.
Yeah.
They say
Okay.
it's very
That's what I
good,
heard,
very fast, very reliable.
Good.
Cool.
It's all anecdotal, but
Yeah.
that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard too. So I was just kind of, my eyes lit up when Darren said that was a possibility. I was like, oh, let's do it.
Yay.
Cool.
Good.
All right, so any more questions? Rod, any questions on that topic? Anybody else? Does anybody want to make a motion on that?
are you moving the money?
Because we're adding money to the budget.
Yeah, this would
For
just be a new
Leatherwood.
item. It wouldn't be like subtracted from anything else. It would just be a new item on the budget for like Leatherwood
But it-
under
But
infrastructure.
it does
maintenance
come
and
under the
repair.
Leatherwood limited funds anyway. So
Yeah.
that has to be spent on Leatherwood, so.
Yeah.
Okay. I move that we add to the budget at Lake Leatherwood City Park for the infrastructure installation, et cetera, for the Starlink under infrastructure maintenance over 5,000?
So, and
Second.
Thanks, Rod.
let's make sure, is it 5,000 we're putting in?
Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's going to cost
Okay.
quite that much, but yes.
But that's the,
So, all right.
Excellent.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 There's only 4 of us. Rod's got a thumbs up, so 4-0, that passes. And Sam will, our next meeting, bring us a budget, an updated budget form that has this on it.
Yeah, which will be perfect. 'Cause
Okay.
that's the quarterly.
Good.
Perfect, okay.
So, and we'll probably have it installed and paid for by then, so.
Okay, and then the last item on new business is the new work shed at LLCP day use area.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is more, we already have it in the budget for
I
a
was-
workshop, but,
I
I
thought we
mean.
did.
Yeah, like the location was going to be down at the yard. Do you guys know where the yard is? Oh, I said the yard.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a little inconvenient down there. I mean, maybe once the internet's up, it'll be less inconvenient, but it's very far away from things. And with the laundry service kicking off, I was thinking, okay, well, Lynn's going to need a place if we're going to get all our stuff out of here. The housekeeper needs a place to put those linens and those things, and like, it feels very strange to make them go all the way to the yard to get some towels and sheets, and then drive it all the way back up in a golf cart.
Yeah.
Where's the proposed location?
So my proposed, it's in the director's report, and so I can pass this around,
Yeah.
would be, do you know where the shuttles used to be parked? Right across from the playground, there's that flat
Yeah.
area. I was
Do we not
thinking,
need that for the shuttles to turn around and park in?
we don't have shuttles anymore.
No, but when they,
But they shuttle.
They shuttle.
Where do they turn? Where do they come
Who?
pick up
What?
their
Where?
bike?
Oh, no, not that shuttle turnaround.
Oh.
Where we used to park the shuttles down by the playground. That's just where we, put them
I mean,
while we weren't running, so that we could have cameras on them.
yeah, but I still.
It's where we had the tree giveaway,
right.
next to the Sal Wilson Pavilion.
That's my only, I have a little bit of concern because it's just going to be really public, so it's got to
Oh, yeah.
look really nice.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah, well, I mean, we would definitely want to build it to not be an eyesore. It's not going to just be like some metal, building just, sticking out like a sore thumb.
Right.
We'll probably put like actual siding on it and paint it nice, like the green color that we paint everything else so that it blends in. And it's not going to be huge. Talking 20 by 20 maybe.
So
Well, you
it's
said this
still-
is, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, this is already in the budget for this year?
Well, workshop is, but not that particular location. So it's,
Okay.
So really what you're coming to us for is location.
yeah, well, I just want to open up for discussion because it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, if I was going to build it, just right next to the yard, I wouldn't feel the need to ask. But since it is right in the middle of the park, it's kind of like
Why is that spot good as opposed to others? Is it because it's flat or?
flat. It's centrally located so that Juanita and Jess and whoever needs to get some tools or something to fix anything, you got a centralized location. You can store the sheets and linens there from Lynn, so she has quick, easy access to all the cabins. It's got power, pretty much, like we'll have to call Carroll Electric, obviously, and get, the power to come down to that building. And it's also got water close by. There's a fountain
Does
pretty near that where we
Does
could,
it need water? I mean,
well, we were talking about that. And if we're going to go through this, we probably want water in there for, Lynn brought up a good point that you don't want to not have at least one backup washer and dryer unit.
I was actually going to suggest that if you were going to do this here, it would be a great place to have a washer dryer
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, I mean, we'd still want to definitely use the laundry service, but,
Yes,
it's
agreed.
just in case something happens or,
Yeah, absolutely. You want to back up,
yeah.
but not necessarily in the historic bathhouse.
Yes.
So,
correct.
yeah, okay. And we're sure, where does the shuttle park when it comes through? I know we don't own them.
This is a different, are you talking about the mountain bike shuttle?
they don't come
It
down.
shouldn't go down that far, I
They
don't
don't
think.
go down.
No, they go just right off 204 and then.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
okay.
better not go down
And
there.
there's still parking for big, sort of,
Yeah, nobody parks there anyway. That's,
Well, yeah, I mean, it was funny,
Park
you
there.
say that, but,
they
it
do.
was spring break day, it was crazy. It was-
Yeah.
People were parking
it was
on that.
packed, but, they were parked there, but there was other spots they could have, they could have parked at. but-
Let me, Rod, are you hearing this and understanding what Sam's asking? Okay.
no, I think it's a good idea. Because I think we do need a new work shed, and it does make sense to centrally locate it. I think I'd like to see the designs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't
maybe weigh
we won't
in on
start
those.
breaking ground or anything until we get
Yeah,
something drawn up that
Yeah.
we can show you guys.
As long as it looks like it belongs there.
yeah.
Also, someone brought up a good point that okay, what if it, if it doesn't work out as a shed, it could also always become a deluxe cabin. rental.
Exactly, which is why I would also very much agree with water. If you're building something.
Water and electric, yeah.
Think of the future anyway, like
Yeah.
what it could be. Because it's a lot easier to do it when you're building it than it is to come in later and
Yeah.
try to do it.
Yeah, it could be multiple things.
Cheaper too.
Yeah.
And
So-
like Carissa said, I like that she pointed out that you're not wasting space in the historic bathhouse for something like a washer and dryer.
Right.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
It also gives us now some flexibility later, as we start having more discussions about the bathhouse, to not always keep running into this
There's
washing
storage.
machine thing and the storage
There's
and all that.
linen,
We have a lot
there's-
more
yeah.
flexibility to talk about it.
Yes, agreed. Because there's a lot of stuff that's being stored in the bathhouse that I'm assuming could be relocated there as well.
Yes. Yeah, because when you
Although
walk
I
in
know
the
you guys
bathhouse,
got
there's
rid
the
of a lot
men's
of it.
side and there's you walk in and you turn in to go to the bathroom where you can go straight and there's a door. And in that door, once you open it, there's a bunch of tools and stuff that we just
Yeah,
are keeping in there because it's,
because you don't want them way out where the other place is,
yeah,
I guess.
exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, great. Yeah,
So I don't really think there's anything that we need to do at this point, except,
So,
No, I just want to make sure you guys are comfortable with the idea if I come to you next meeting with a plan for what it'll look like and
Yep.
you're not bamboozled or no one's
No.
a hard no on the location.
no, it makes sense before you spend the effort getting some plans together. Yeah, I think we've got full support.
Rod, do you have anything to add on that?
Hold it up to the camera. Can Rod see?
I think if you are, is it gonna have a garage door on it?
Yeah, so, Yeah, I'd probably have some sort of, either that or a double door, French door style, or something
Okay.
bigger.
Okay. Something that fits the look of the cabins and stuff, as it has that feeling that, like you said earlier, that it belongs.
Yeah.
But if it's got a green building and a white garage door, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb,
Right.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll wait till next meeting.
okay.
Okay, cool. Feel like I had something. All right. Everybody had their say on that? Okay, then we'll move on to commissioners' comments, and we will start with Clarissa.
Just wanted to say, and actually I was going to say it before Mike said it, the parks look amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
thank you.
starting to be springtime and you walk past and every day there's like another flower and, yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Good job.
That's same thing. That's all I got.
I would say for you guys to make sure in the next week, if you have a chance to go by, I'm calling it the Annex. I don't know what the name of that building
Very
is.
fancy word for it.
Do we have a name for the building
I don't
next
want
door?
to say publicly what I want to normally call it, so.
Because it's pretty
Cursing
impressive
online.
what they've done over there and how they've got the downstairs done, and it's really worthy of you guys checking out. And I also would like to say, yes, the gardener, what a great, wonderful to have her. I mean, I see her all the time. Her and Jeff, not Jeff, her and Jeremy
yeah.
are just, they're visible, and that's important. So they're doing a fantastic job. I see them every time I drive through town. I mean, they're somewhere doing something. They're very visible, which is great. So, Ruth.
I wanted to say that after St. Patrick's Day and the parade and all that, I was surprised to see Basin Park looking so good afterwards.
Yeah,
There were so many people out and so much going on downtown. When I drove by today and last night, I thought, wow, Basin Park looks good. I know it probably didn't look like that after the parade.
no, Jeremy's truck was very full on Monday.
Well, I
with trash
appreciate
bags and
all they did to
whatnot,
clean it up
so,
very quickly because it looked nice.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, so that's all
Rod,
that.
does Rod have anything?
Oh, I forgot. Sorry, can't see Rod. Rod, you have anything to add?
No, I'm fine. I'm muted because we got music here,
Oh,
so I'm just out of I hear everything.
Okay.
We're good.
All right.
I love what we're doing.
Thank you, Rod. All right, then we'll move on to the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting, which was from, what was it, February the 20th, 2024? Has everybody had a chance to review them? Can I get a motion?
I move that we approve the meeting minutes from the regular meeting of February 20th, 2024.
I second.
Motion by Ruth, seconded by Clarissa. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
4-0. Let me also say the minutes looked really nice.
They
All
did
the
look nice.
detail. Thank you. Good to have a secretary again, getting the minutes done good. All right, and with that, we have a motion to adjourn?
Almost. Let me ask one question. Have we talked about our next workshop yet? No. If we haven't, that's fine. I don't know if I just wasn't remembering.
We
what we're doing.
haven't talked about
Okay,
it,
that's
but I'm
fine.
glad that you brought that up.
Okay.
Because one topic I really would love to do in the next workshop is to go over, hopefully everybody will have time to sort of look at it in detail, but our rule, what do we call it? Our,
Yeah.
not our rules. there's-
Policy, rule, bylaw?
Bylaws.
Bylaws.
If everybody, and let's kind of go through those and just see what we might want to change, what we might want to improve on. I mean, I think there's a lot of good guidelines there, but it feels like there's a little conflicting stuff in there. And I think it's worthy of us take a look at and just make sure it's what we're doing. I think everybody would agree, we need to have bylaws that coincide with what we actually do, you know? I don't want to be doing things and the bylaw says do something else. So that's one topic I would have for that. Anything else that you can think
And
of?
I think not now, but soon, we'll probably be in a position to go out to Lake Leatherwood, spend some time at the bathhouse.
Yes, everybody wants to
Yeah.
do that, and now
Talk
that the
about-
time has changed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
it's
that
still
the
light
time has
outside.
Yeah.
changed, et cetera.
How about that?
So maybe not this next one, but the one after we could plan for
Yeah.
that.
perfect, for sure.
Yeah.
So,
And I still owe you guys
wanna-
a sort of calendar of dates, and I will do that, I promise. I'm back to.
I want to show you guys the cabins, so.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
see them.
Have you guys been seeing the postings from the park postings of the cabins?
yeah.
They're pretty.
Not all of them.
They
but
look
I've
cool.
seen some of them. They do look good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are pretty cool. All right. Anything else? Anybody? All right, then.
I move that we adjourn.
I second.
Motion by Ruth, second by Carissa. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Got a thumbs up from Roz. That's 4-0. Meeting is adjourned.